Hi, and welcome to the second episode of The Philosopher's Stone. I'm Scott Harding, and with me as always, or will be always, my co-host and great friend, Kenya Simmons. Kenya
Howdy.
Simmons.
Howdy.
So, Kenya, what are we talking about today?
We're talking about comics and movies, particularly what's coming up in the DC universe and the Marvel universe. And other cool stuff, you know?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it is February, so we're going to be getting a movie that I know a lot of comic book fans have been waiting for a very long time. We're getting Deadpool to start with. I'm really pumped on Deadpool.
It's funny. Did you ever see that video circulating on YouTube a long time of the Ryan Reynolds Deadpool test footage?
Yeah.
Like years. I mean,
A few years ago.
That was pretty old. I think.
Yeah.
Wasn't it like?
I think it was only 2 or 3 years ago.
I don't know. That still blows my mind.
But yeah, that's what got the movie going. That's what got the movie the budget, was that footage.
Huh.
The car chase scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
And now we get to see it, folks. Hopefully it's going to be good. I got to say, they've spoiled that Colossus and Negasonic Teenage Warhead is in it, and I am freaking pumped for that. Particularly Negasonic Teenage Warhead, because that's a character I didn't think we'd ever see on film. Like, she's kind of an outlier character in the X-Men verse, so it's good to see with the universe getting bigger in that world that they're expanding a lot of characters,
Mm-hmm. Totally.
What's next? What do we got after that?
We got...
In March, something big.
What's big?
Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice.
Right. Of course.
Yeah, Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. It's going to be... It's a make or break it, There was a lot of mixed reviews with Man of Steel, and I liked it. I thought it was great, and I thought it was designed as a setup for what they're getting ready to do, and I think they're going to do it. I think they're going to use a bit of the New 52 plot line and a bit of the Dark Knight Returns plot lines, kind of fusing a bit of that. I am bummed, though, that Doomsday is making an appearance so early on, because that's one of Superman's most powerful villains, and he's going to get toasted by the JLA in the movie, and Doomsday's pretty big, and I didn't really like how he looked in the trailers I've seen. I felt he just looked like a gooey rock monster.
Yeah,
he certainly wasn't as intimidating as... And I may be wrong, and they may change the footage, and it may look a little different. So
for some reason, there's something about the cast, not of Batman versus Superman in particular, but Suicide Squad. Like, so I just don't like Jared Leto as the Joker for some reason. Right off the bat.
I am excited for Jared Leto as the Joker. I think he's going to do a good job. I think he's going to surprise a lot of people. And much like a lot of people when they cast Ben Affleck as Batman, they were like, oh, no. But he's going to be a great Batman, and he's going to be an awesome Bruce Wayne. And, we need a good Bruce Wayne. Christian Bale was a great Batman. But as Bruce Wayne, I never felt the playboy. I felt more like a tortured Wayne kid, I didn't ever feel like...
Yeah.
He was like this badass playboy. The couple scenes they had it didn't sell me.
Yeah. True that.
But I think Jared Leto is going to bring a different approach to the Joker. I think that's really cool. And
he looks all thugged out with tattoos under his eyes.
In a couple scenes we've seen, but in a couple, the recent trailer came out, we see him in Joker suit, all decked out to the nines, looking very much like the Joker. And again, I think a lot of his draw comes from the Dark Knight Returns series, and his look, he looks very much like the Joker that was the art. In my opinion, the art style and direction they went with the Joker in Dark Knight Returns.
Okay, that makes sense.
Which, after Batman vs. Superman, though, which is going to be super dope, hopefully, we're going to get everybody. We're not going to see the Flash. I have a feeling, I have my own theories, but I think at the end of the movie, they're going to be all together, and they're going to be like, we need to build a team, and we hear about this blur going on in Central City. I kind of think that's how it'll end. And then Flash will probably get his own movie, I hope. Fingers crossed. So after that, though, we've got a pretty big movie that a lot of people are super stoked for is Captain America Civil War. May 6th, Captain America Civil War. And I am freaking pumped for Captain America Civil War. I love the Civil War comics. I know they can't do it like the Civil War comics. We don't even have the X-Men in it. But I think it's going to be a pretty cool flick.
Yeah, that's what I've definitely heard is lacking is, no X-Men.
Hey, we've all been a part of the universe they've built for a while, so cinematically these guys love it. I know that, we know we're going to see our first shots of Spider-Man, which is super dope. We're going to get Black Panther in it, and, it's pretty exciting. Plus, Marvel just announced they're doing Civil War 2 in the summertime as far as their comic books go, so folks, get ready. We're going to get another Civil War this year.
Oh wow, that's pretty.
Yeah, it's
that's
very,
pretty
very
big
exciting.
news.
I mean, the brothers who did Captain America: Winter Soldier, that was a great movie. Like, that was a good movie, regardless of it being in the superhero genre. It was a good, like, spy movie. I thought Captain America, and I think Chris Evans is a great Captain America. I think he is, like, legitimately good as Captain America.
Yeah, I
and
agree.
shit, we might see the Ant-Man. We might see him make an appearance. He was with Falcon, and they were talking about it at the end of Ant-Man. So we might even see him make a little stop in Civil War.
Ant-Man, I definitely felt was kind of an underrated,
Yeah. Oh,
piece
fans,
of the Marvel.
come on, go see Ant-Man.
Marvel
It's
world.
fun.
It's good.
It's good.
It's
It's worth
good.
your time. If you haven't, I know Josh Sun, one of our friends, just watched it a couple days ago. I was like, whoa, it was theater worthy.
Yeah.
It was a good show.
It's a good like heist movie.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
like Ocean 11, except with ants.
So, okay, after Civil War, we got X-Men Apocalypse coming out, pretty soon.
I'm not stoked on the way they made Apocalypse look. I'm just not. I
yeah,
just think
that's cool.
he's a bit lackluster.
I mean, that's fair enough, Everybody, we all get our decisions. I think he looks good for what they've done with him. And I also think our homeboy that's playing him, our friend Poe Dameron, and why am I spacing his name right now? Oscar Isaac. Oscar Isaac.
I keep forgetting that Poe Dameron is playing that character.
Oscar Isaac is Apocalypse, and I mean, you can't seriously not be stoked about that. If you guys saw Ex Machina last year, Inside Llewyn Davis, or obviously Star Wars, he's awesome. He's an amazing actor, and he's got a great range. So I think him being Apocalypse is going to be off the fucking wall. We're going to see Psylocke. We're going to see a lot of characters we haven't seen, and it's in the 80s. It's set in the 80s. How can it suck? The 80s were awesome.
That's kind of debatable because I wasn't alive in the 80s.
Furthering
and how
my
is
point.
the world good at all before I was alive? It's just like it basically didn't exist, in my opinion.
True. Here's one that Kenya kind of wants to stream over because he's not so stoked. But a lot of people, and I really wasn't a fan of the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, but it is a comic book movie, and it is coming out, and it comes out June 3rd.
I am a fan of the Ninja Turtle series.
Oh, I love the Turtles.
I think it's great.
I love the Turtles.
But I just
I'm not sure about the new movies.
The only movies I liked. Well, I guess the only movies were the ones that came out in the 80s.
They came out in the early 90s, actually.
Early 90s? Okay, well, and, whatever.
They had Vanilla Ice, and I don't really think I need to say anything else about how awesome those were.
Yeah, they're pretty great.
Vanilla Ice was in them.
Hey, you were telling me that there's possibly a movie in production right now that was an old comic favorite of mine, and it had a show that was great, but Spawn, you said might be
Oh, yeah, I've
rebooted.
heard there's rumors on the web that they're rebooting Spawn right now, so...
One of my favorite anti-heroes, I really hope he gets, like, a new chance at, a movie.
I would love to see it. The HBO animated series that came out a long time ago, that's a really good representation of Spawn and what it was if you're not familiar with the character. We're getting a little off topic, but it would be awesome to see Spawn pop out into the movie universe. So, yeah, Ninja Turtles. It's got Bebop and Rocksteady in the trailers. They look like the cartoon characters, Bebop and Rocksteady. I'm hoping it's awesome. I still think the Turtles look kind of weird.
They don't look that great.
They kind of remind me of Trauma films, The Toxic Avenger. Like, for some reason, when I look at the Turtles, I just keep thinking Toxic Avengers. So, yeah, there's that. Anyways, moving along. After Turtles in June, we get about a month and a half break until Suicide Squad, which we kind of rushed over a little earlier, but
Sorry, I just had to.
It's okay.
Just had to do it.
That's one's going to be really interesting. DC has to boot a whole universe up to Marvel Universe quickly, so we're going to see them doing a ton of stuff. Hopefully, not too much per movie. That's all I hope is they don't try to cram too much stuff in and we lose a bit of content. But building a villains gallery or a rogues gallery, since we're going to get the Flash, is going to be good, and I'm excited to see it. Joel Kinnaman's awesome. Will Smith, I think, is an interesting choice for Deadshot, but I think he'll do really good. Margot Robbie she looks fucking exactly like Harley Quinn, and her personality is like just screams Harley Quinn. So I'm stoked. And then after that we've got what I personally am the most excited about is Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is our end of the summer, movie, and I think it's going to be really, really good. I think that Doctor Strange, I have high hopes. Benedict Cumberbatch, and I know they cast Mads Mikkelsen.
I love Mr. Mads Mikkelsen.
He's going to be the villain.
He's pretty mean.
As far as I know, they haven't,
Some would say he's mad.
Did you ever see that movie that he was in? It was like his first movie, and he was like this like slave warrior.
A slave Viking? Oh, yeah. Valhalla?
Valhalla, yeah.
Okay.
Really interesting movie.
That movie, I watched it one day while I was like super sick with a fever, and I was like just dying in bed watching like, oh, Valhalla, it's going to be like cool like Viking like action movie or something. It's going to be something I don't really have to pay attention to. There's some scenes in that movie of somebody really standing like in the distance staring at like a sunset for like 10 minutes.
Yeah,
it's really hard to watch sometimes, but at the same time it's like beautifully shot, but fuck, man.
Yeah.
But
Mads Mikkelsen slaying it. And he is going to be the villain in Doctor Strange, we hear. That's the rumor. So we'll see. Benedict Cumberbatch is good.
Wasn't Doctor Strange like kind of an older guy?
Benedict Cumberbatch is right around the same age.
Really?
As Doctor Strange would be. And Doctor Strange is going to introduce the supernatural aspects of Marvel. Like Ant-Man was like a heist movie, and this is going to be more supernatural. We're going to get into one of the final gemstones that is going to bring the Infinity Gauntlet and Infinity War together. Which, by the way, we'll go back to Captain America: Civil War real quick. The directors who directed Civil War and directed Winter Soldier, they're doing Infinity War in 2 parts. So Avengers: Infinity War is going to be 2 movies, and so we really get to see these guys are basically going to be helming the main features coming up. So it's good to see what they're building up to and what they're building with.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Who's going to die?
Yeah. Who are you the most excited to see this year, Kenya?
That's kind of hard. I guess Batman. Batman.
Oh, that's not at all generic.
I'm
excited to see Batman. I'm just kidding.
Batman's pretty cool. So would say.
I'm excited to see Batman.
Some would say that he has a pretty big following, Scott.
I guess he's kind of he's not, he's kind of an indie character. A few people know about him.
Honestly, I don't like Superman that much either.
I like Superman.
I'm not a big fan of that red cape bastard. For some reason, it's just like...
Don't let him hear you say that. So, okay, we're looking forward to a lot of stuff. We hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We filmed this at Inside Out Universe, our studio at Inside Out Universe. And please, if you like this, subscribe, share with your friends, and give us some feedback. We want to know what you think, too. We want to know who's watching, and we want to know, what are you excited for? Who do you want to see? I think Mads Mikkelsen, yet undisclosed character, could be the most interesting of the year. Also, Colossus in Deadpool next week is going to be awesome.
I'm excited for that good old-fashioned Deadpool cheekiness.
Right out. Philosopher Stoned, out.